Hey everybody, Revolution. This is Brother Leonard, the Truth Seeker, and I'm coming to you today with a few minutes of truth. And I came across a video this week. Actually, before I even saw the video, I saw the fallout from social media on a few of my friends' pages and some other folks' pages on this cat. His name is Pastor Tim Rogers. Now, on first Google, I found out that there's a bunch of Tim Rogers. I guess there's a common name, Tim Rogers. Like I say all the time, until you come up on my radar, I don't know who you are for the most part. Don't care to know. Just, it is what it is. It's just that when you come up on the radio, on the radar, then we start to look into you. But apparently, this past weekend, last weekend, I believe he's out of Arkansas, and I also think that he's a gospel singer. To be honest, I think he's a gospel singer. From what we understood, I'm not necessarily sure about that. Just for say, I'm certain the comments will tell me that he's a gospel singer, and they'll confirm that. I don't follow gospel music all that much. Like I said before, I left a lot of this church stuff behind, gospel music included, you know. But anyways, let's get back to this video. Tim Rogers was in a funeral, preaching a eulogy, like many pastors do, when someone in there, someone passes on, that they give a eulogy. However, during the eulogy, right, excuse me, I've had a long couple of weeks. Trust me, I've had a long couple of weeks, people. So forgive me on that yawn. During the eulogy, he makes a statement. And to many, this statement that he made is what got people upset. I'm hoping to quote it because I'm going from the top of my dome. And I think the quote goes, and you'll see the video after this, by the way, but I think the quote goes, "Hell is a fairy tale, and if you believe in hell, it's no different than believing in Santa Claus." I think that's the quote. Okay. Now, granted, what he said, especially in that setting, was dumb. In that particular setting is not the place to make bold, just wild statements about heaven or hell. Now, I can understand if he was teaching a class, a Bible's class, and he made a flippant remark like that to his congregation on something. Not to say that we agree on, or whatever, but to make that sort of statement in that setting, that's one thing. I've also heard, like I said, I apologize for the yawning, but I've also heard other pastors in the past, when young men, because the guy that he was eulogizing was only 19 years old, and it was due to violence. And when in these situations, in order to comfort the family, the friends, the loved ones, they may make statements of, this young man is in a better place. He's with the Lord. He's there, he's not in hell where you think that he might be. You can be comfort that, that he is in the presence of angels, or, stuff like that. Using this sentiment to comfort the people in attendance, and not necessarily using it to, say, incite a doctrinal discourse during the course of the eulogy. Now, granted, he may not believe in hell, He may believe that hell is a fictional place. Truth be told, I share some of that. I am not a hell believer. And, I know that for a lot of people, when you hear that, you're going to hear that with with heresy or whatever. And frankly, I've been called worse. Stuff been worse done to me. But real quick, just to give you some clarity, not just clarity, but some context into my thought process on hell, just quickly, is I believe in Jesus. I believe in Christ. I believe in Christ being died, buried, resurrected, and finished the work. Finished the work of allowing us to have access to the Father, finishing the work of the requirement of blood needed to be shed for the remission of sin, finished the work that that God had called for in Genesis 3 of bruising the heel and, having a sacrifice, ultimate sacrifice. So my situation and my belief is that if Jesus has already done the work, why worry about something that's not going to be my reality? Why concern myself with this situation of hell that is not going to be real for me? Because I'm a believer in Christ. And that's as hard, that's as basic as I get. Certain things I just don't believe in. I believe that Christ overcame Satan. I believe Christ overcame sin. I believe Christ overcame death. And I also believe Christ overcame hell. I believe that he overcame all those things that would cause us and cause me to be fearful of life. And then, people will say, well, why do you worship him? Why do you still serve God? If you don't believe, if you believe, why do you still do the things? Because what Christ was trying to teach us was not about tomorrow or not about the future. What Christ was trying to teach us was how to live now, about how to make better decisions for now, so that we may have life and that more abundantly now. That's what I get out of it. I'm in it for the now, not so much for the future. I can't reflect on the things I've done in the past. All I can be concerned with is right now. That's me personally. Now, I know I won't get some flack because I said I don't believe in hell. I know that. But I just wanted to give you some clarity on my thought process. Now, did I say that hell's not real or the devil's not real? No. But do I care? No. Plain and simple. Why should I care? Why should I be concerned if I'm having my concern in Christ? That's it. The problem is too many of us have come to Christ or have come to church, more like it, under the fear of hell, more so than the love of Christ. So as I was looking at all these comments from the people, a lot of it comes out of the fear of hell and not the love of Christ. A lot of y'all telling on yourselves because you're taking something that was so, they take something that when you question something that's so, like as a foundation to your belief system. And hell should never have been the foundation of your belief system. That's where I'm at with it when it comes to y'all. Now, let me get back to Tim Rogers, okay? Now, Tim Rogers seems like a smart dude. He does. Seems like he's a smart guy. However, a lot of times y'all folk who are too smart for your own good get out here on these pulpits and be saying stuff, you know, and then y'all just be all in yourselves and, you know, not necessarily doing what's good. You get up in yourself to make yourself try to make yourself look good. And making, you know, statements like that at a funeral of all things. Now, for the most part, if you listen to the message, you know, minus that part of the message was actually pretty good. You know, I like the fact that in the middle of a church, he sat up there, smacked, you know, the church and the church system right in the face. And then the church itself, the people there, seemed like they turned the cheek, and then he smacked them up inside the other side. Yes, he went in on them. And I was okay with that. He went in on the system during the message. That was all good. But taking something at that moment and being so flippant with it only shows your arrogance to the people who, you know, who are sitting there listening. That's all it is. It's just a show for you. And preachers, y'all need to stop doing this. Y'all need to stop doing it this way. You know, y'all need to sit back and actually, you know, take in consideration that this is not about you. All this is not about you. But the way the system has worked, that's basically all it is. It's become a system and a means of about me, of how good I can sound, of how I can entertain the people. And that's what I saw even throughout the sermon, even though some of the stuff I liked. But the main thing I saw was a man entertaining people during the course of someone's funeral. All right, everyone. This has been Brother Leonard, the Truth Seeker. Hopefully we'll have more on the video I uploaded last night as well. We'll have more on that. Been learning some more information about that meeting that was mentioned in the video. I'm hoping to confirm some information on that before I can report on that. But until then, this is Brother Leonard, the Truth Seeker. You know, I raise my fist for many reasons. I raise my fist for many reasons. And this week in my city, there's reasons that I raise my fist. And I just want to close before I go. Justice for Antoine Rose Jr. Justice for Antoine Rose Jr. His life matters to me. Revolution.
See, if he sleep, he ain't got to endure the pale horse or escape the pale horse no more. You see, because when you're dead, you're done. That's right. That's it. No. Oh, I know. He told you. Y'all wondering, is he going to hell? You ain't got nothing to do with that. No. He ain't going to hell. Can he accept Jesus as his? See, y'all have been sold a lie. You've been bamboozled. All of that stuff is a fairy tale. To believe in hell means you have to believe in Santa Claus. I don't care how you cut it. Hell is an imaginary place. Come on, Pastor. And I was taught that if anything that does not have an explanation must be imagination. So that's why you can talk about a hell that you don't know nobody went through. For 1 billion years, ain't nobody ever came back and told you that they were hot. For 1 billion years, ain't nobody ever came back and told you that they up yonder singing around in a choir. Pastor, tell it, and I got your back. You want to know why? And I didn't come for you to agree with me. I know I done made a lot of y'all salty, but I don't care. That's right. Yeah. Tip on that. I didn't come for you to agree with me. Yeah, come on. Yes, sir. Come on. Well, where's hell, Pastor Tim? Hell is what you create.
Come on, Pastor.
Come on, man. That's why when you read the Old Testament, hell wasn't under the earth. When you read the Old Testament, hell was on the earth. When you read the Old Testament, heaven wasn't beyond the sky. When you read the Old Testament, heaven was in the Garden of Eden. Heaven was Canaan.
Pastor, preach, man.
It was a literal place. That ain't what I came to argue. What I came to tell you is, you're waiting to go to hell, and you've really turned your life into a
living hell.
Why? Because you have become a worshiper of death. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm coming, but I know this is business for y'all. But I apologize. This is my community, and this is that. See, you make money off the dead. I'm trying to keep them out of your funeral home. So if y'all would rush me, if y'all would stand there like y'all.